Okay, it is actually today willing to work on the regular protocol, it seems. Well, that's good. With how many times on freaking Tuesdays I've had issues with YouTube, it's kind of refreshing to not have them for once. I mean, I am a bit late, but only about 10 minutes or so. I think usually I am about this much of a late, so it's not like I'm early or something. The only disadvantage is well, since about a long time for this. Yeah, and additionally I ran a bit late. Yeah, and I wanted to say like since what, I think about 6 p.m. or so, started to have a cough attack. So this is not particularly fun. And I've actually run out of medicine I had been taking. Which is kind of like good because you shouldn't be taking it for more than like 2 weeks or so, I think it says on packaging, and that's about how long I've been taking it. And it, frankly, I mean, it did something, I guess, for like stopping it after it started. An immediate remedy, but like it didn't do anything in the way you should actually use it, which is alright. Okay, my audio is actually working, but like I have implemented a check that checks if oh yeah. This is awesome. Because with the update to my plugin, I've implemented that that it can check if was able to implement that it can check the audio levels for a certain input device. So I can actually see the volume graph similar to how they are done inside of OBS. I can have them as SimHub properties, which is really great, because if one is not connected, it will just list as not a number on that value, which means I can have a message displayed if I'm the wrong scene, or which I implemented actually a wrong scene check, or if I'm if the audio wasn't working, and it just showed me that the audio wasn't working. So I was like, hey, I hadn't even noticed it because I hadn't done any like sounds, but luckily the microphone was working, so that's anime pill. I don't have actually an anime pill, but I actually got something over the weekend. I mean, sure, it's a bit like I need to probably get on the server at this rate, get some practice laps. Although it's Oulton Park, I've done this now like 3 times in the last 3 weeks. This specific combination in varying race legs. I think at this point I'm somewhat familiar with this track. Somewhat, hopefully. Passwords. Right. Here, Qualy GT4. Connect. So, let me grab someone. Right. I'm packed to. Oh, where's my obvious? That's my obvious. Right. I'm Pomo. That arrived over the weekend. It's just the packaging is quite nice. I don't want to rip the upper lip off to open up. So she's just sealed in there right now. Which, considering her, is probably good for the better. Right. So. Well then. What I also need to do is actually sign out of the other event that I've signed up for tonight, because I've over dinner realized, like, wait a second, math isn't my strong suit apparently in calculating. Wait a second, we can't refuel in this. Hold on, do they have a mandatory pit stop in this race? Because they would own... Yep, they have a one mandatory pit stop for tires, but you can't refuel. That's what gave you guys away. Right, okay. Then I think we need about 70 or 80 liters for an hour of driving. Temperatures actually pretty damn high. Maybe I even go up on the rear in terms of brake ducts. I think 0.5 of the tires right now. Although that's probably too little in all honesty. Yeah, coughing is gonna be a theme today. It might, similar to the hiccup I had a few more weeks ago. During the Kyalami race. Or the qualifying for that one. I think that's when I had a hiccup, and I think there it went away just because I stopped caring about it. It was like, I think, a solid strategy. God, my overlay is way too far back there. It's like, I can barely see it. I probably want to move that. But really, prior to the race, I don't need it too much. I mean, it's gonna be nice that we at least have daytime here for this race. Considering the other two were run at night. One also with rain. And I hope it's gonna be a bit more cleaner from the GT3 driver, so it's probably gonna be, because we only have the Pro Split with us, which are like, I don't know, 15 cars or so. Which makes this GT3 split deal pretty small. Man, the car feels really nice actually to drive right now, I have to say. What I don't like is that came in ahead of me pulling away. Like half a second in like 2 corners. That's slightly concerning. I don't like that. And there's one of the very few GT3, an endangered species over here.
Clear on the right.
this Cayman is just completely outrunning me. I have absolutely no chance against them. Lapping so much quicker than me. Oh, he seems to be like one of the fastest cars in GT4 class, I think, from his positioning. It's still like that's over a second that he just gapped me this lap already. Way over a second. How far are we off the pace? 1.8 seconds. I mean, in some ways not that bad actually. Yeah. It do be like that at times. It's just kinda like in some ways sad that they haven't like touched the BOP for the GT4s ever. They haven't been able to be bothered to like even make somewhat of an adjustment to it. I wouldn't say it's that OP from having driven it. But maybe it's just like the Maserati in some ways, in the sense that like you need the right driver for the thing. Because there are enough drivers who are like, well, I'm going 3 seconds per lap slower with driving a Maserati. And I'm like, well, I'm matching myself or going faster. There's GT3 coming. Are you going to pass me?
Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I'm sorry, I won't do that in the race. Like, that is just
Yellow flag is active.
me trying to go fast. I mean, that was a fair and square pass there. He had the right amount of balls there. Respect that. Oh, the tire pressure's looking pretty spot on. On the other hand, I want to say, on the other hand, that they haven't touched the BOP at all means also that we're like have this like very powerful Maserati on some tracks. Because I'm pretty sure if they actually like bothered to BOP these cars, they would probably nerf the Maserati. Because they would look at results like mine and just be like, hold on a second, that should probably not happen. No clue how I'm actually in the chicanes not making up so much ground. Oh, that was bad exit there. It seems like the rear left is too high on the pressure, otherwise that tire seems pretty fine. Oh, that is playing with track limits, I would say.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
We're actually now in the tight parts of the field already. terms of pace. It's like just a few tenths can gain you quite a few positions already. Well, that's not quite how you take the section. That's not particularly good access. Okay, GT3 coming.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Seems like all of these guys have some balls.
Car on the right.
Because honestly, like,
Clear on the right.
I'm feeling terrified by that. Like, I'm feeling terrified how close they have to get to the edge of the track there when passing me. Because that thing can't just be straight up there. Oh, I guess that wasn't a bad lap, actually. Didn't even notice. Yeah. Indicator's actually working. Yep, now.
There's a slow car ahead. Yellow flag is watch out.
Yeah, there are still some corners to gain for me time. But I mean, this lap is also invalidated, so. Come on. Massive lock up there. Just can't get quite the apex, I think they're right. I'm still a mile off it. That's a valid exit. And we're closer to race fuel than probably a lot of the that has been maybe again madness. He's staying actually behind this section?
Yellow
Okay.
flag is watch out.
He's still staying around. Oh, interesting. Ah, slight lock there. Ah, still not made the apex there.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Yellow flag is sector 1.
Probably consider actually staying fourth. Through that. Fastest exit there. Man, the margins between the top 5 have basically reduced to nothing. Oh, that's invalidated already. So you have to stay within the white lines in that corner. No using the curb, really. Die version isn't a KTM?
Yellow flag is watch out.
What the hell is happening here? Are you here to fucking taunt me? KTM crossbow in P3. I mean, on one hand, he can have KTM happen and he dies, or or he gets irreversed and dies, or he gets irreversed luck and doesn't die and wins the race or some shit. Well, I can't even finish. Because that's how things sometimes go here. As we have a pit stop, I will practice the pit entry again. Because I'm honestly still not quite happy with the damn thing. Snyder's, however, really good already with it. I could try another one. And there's the crossbar. Oh, it's a bit too much bounce there over the curb. Isn't this going for the line that's coming in? Yeah, I think I have it halfway down. Right. Okay then. Right. I should probably just briefly do the sign out stuff that I wanted to do. Because yeah, I would have loved to do the Racing Pals AC event, but it's just too close together. It just doesn't quite work out for me. I guess I can remain not sign up for this because I don't see any option to really sign out. It's just not gonna quite work out for the timing. Right. We should focus on qualifying right now because that's what's going on right now. Okay, fuel off the car. How badly were these tires worn? A bit, but not too bad. fine now. Right, let's get rolling.
Low tire pressure, stay clear of the curbs.
Great, I have Qualy now right behind me. On a flyer.
Car on the right, clear on the right.
So I did not time this quite correctly. I didn't check what times everybody was putting in. Maybe Qualy was in the front. Because I did not see him actually around my position. I mean, wouldn't be too surprising, the guy's an absolute rocket ship. And Blumen was fighting with Blumen for position in practice. So there's that. Ooh, oh fuck. That was a bit too close. Probably want to move the brake bar slightly forward because we're landing on low fuel. Playing with the track limits there. Woo!
Yellow flag in sector 2.
This lap is pretty scruffy, to say the least. Front tires are not coming up to pressure. How the hell am I fourth? By a second nearly. Okay, now I'm getting demoted a bit, but like... Broke too early. Yeah, that messed up this corner a bit. I need to find a full second also. Somehow. Okay, apparently this lap wasn't as scruffy as I remember. Maybe better to Oulton Park in the Maserati. I don't know anything else basically. Okay, not quite like that. That's reserved for Monza in this car. I just cannot get time. I mean, there must be more time in the lap. But it's like, hey, have 210s, and I'm just like, thanks. I would like a second. Ah, that's the void. Apparently it wasn't. Just within track limits there. Oh, and then dropped all the time in this corner. Or did I? Ran it all back on the exit, I see. Oh, come on! You did not want to click down into second. Oh, I didn't get third there. Just had to ride fourth through because pedal shift didn't work. No! Oh no! Oh, fuck you, game! Oh! Half a second. More than that, even. And now I'm not getting the gains that I had last time for turn 1. Ah! How long do I have actually in the session? 5 minutes or so. Squatted on the exit. Fast chicane instead. You can just carry more speed out of the corner if you go down to third. Yes, you have that slight bit more power. Ah, missed the apex. Had to lift a lot on the acceleration there. Lost a lot of time. That's too fast. It's probably over. Longer. Not long. Come on, let me return. Come on, off the tracks. Because I need to slightly do some defensive. In case someone behind me improves. I mean, I know there's a bit more time in the lap, but it's like, I don't think it's quite enough to challenge Iversen front. And maybe, if I put actually that perfect lap together that I nearly had. then I would have it. At last, I can't perform perfection. Also, what isn't particularly great is how my another car behind me who wants blue flags.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
They have no clear. How long do I have left? Enough time for 3 laps. Ah, massive oversteer spike there on the exit. Yeah, it's very skittish right now. Tire pressure's up still low. Should probably return to pits and lap earlier, but well, that was my. Oh, come on, tires, get up to pressure finally.
Car on the right. Clear on the
Lap
right.
is banded anyway. Where did this guy come from? Oh, he must be on an out lap. I think that's the case. Because otherwise I cannot explain where the fuck he came from. I mean, I made him slower on this lap, but like not that much. How much do I need to improve? A 10th is enough. Okay. Tires, could you please now kick in and actually work? How long do I have left? About 30 seconds. I need a bit of room to this guy. I don't know why this thing is oversteering like crazy into turn 1. Despite me moving the brake bias rearwards.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Particularly as ideal as the previous time. Oh, fuck off! Shitbox, why so much wheel spin at times? Ah, this thing is just wheel spinning itself to death. This is just fucked. Yeah, I cannot improve on this anymore.
Yellow
I'm
flag.
still try, but like I don't think it's gonna happen at this point. Yeah, there's some improvement, but it's just not enough, quite. I think it was in there to improve, but just the car did not want in the second run to work. Ah, 60 even. Got demoted further. Blooming, despite being stuck behind me, improved. Very annoying there. It just did not want to come together. The second run just fucking didn't want to come together. Absolute disaster there. Like, the pace was there, you just for some reason wanted to oversteer every single corner on it. Alright then. It's a 16-minute race. Actually, how fast are lap times even? 42.0 from the Porsche. +1 restore. 60 minutes divided by memory recall. And it's 35.2. It's 36, 37, 38. 38 times about 2 liters per lap. 2.05 maybe. It's about 8, just under 80 liters. 78 liters. So yeah, let's just take 80. I'm gonna have probably some leftover because we have to pit in the middle of the race. Is there actually some sort of pit window? Let's just check. Yeah, pit stop window length 600 seconds, so 10 minutes. 10 minutes of pit stop window. Yay. Right. Oh, I wanted to move my overlay a bit. Right. Oh, I'm a bit. No. So. How's GT3 qualifying going? Well, to shoot us with a MUQU on pole. What the hell is Bodwinkle doing there? And what the hell is he driving? He's driving an M6. Well, that's no surprise, for sure, but a welcome one. Well then, move this one a bit further forward, because what the fuck where this one was. I mean, I shouldn't be too mad or like something. It's like, it's still P6. It's not too terrible, although passing on this track is absolute hell, and like, you never know. Well, I mean, it's not like I'm winning this championship here anyway. Now that I'm winning PLR, so I shouldn't be caring too much about each position. There's no championship run early here going on. In comparison to like the 2.4-hour series, where I'm now suddenly in the lead of the championship, you end up winning a race. God, that's gonna be interesting. PLR this week is gonna be Watkins Glen. Getting sick again. I've been coughing the entire time. You haven't been listening. No, I'm still sick. That's the problem. Still the same issue. It just doesn't want to stop these cough attacks. I mean, it's starting to die down right now, and this attack specifically. But like, I mean, about at 6 PM I was coughing my lungs out. And just nothing is doing anything. It's like, okay, take this medicine. Doesn't do shit. This one, it should like make it easier to cough it out, to stop the cough. It's like, no, it doesn't do anything. It happens at freaking random intervals when they happen. The body just randomly decides it. The only thing that's halfway consistent is like my nose seems to be then around that time clogged a bit. I can actually blow something out of it. Because I don't really have a clogged nose anymore. Well, I'm not really sick anymore. I mean, it's been, I don't know, I think like 4 weeks since the infection with the C, so actually over 4 weeks. I think it was one. I should know nose actually, because we have a moment in time. We have 14 actual GT3s here today, so that's something. At least because this is the pro group of GT3s, we don't have the same issue with PLR that we had last week, where a bunch of GT3 drivers were unable to actually outqualify the GT4s. Oh, Bowinker's actually now on pole. Okay, that's not gonna improve. Yeah, his qualifying's over. What's the Toot going to do? And he retakes pole position. Christian is already out of qualifying. Well, Herzog is also now out of qualifying. Hartmann, are you going to just suddenly steal pole position here, or? No, but I mean, you have another lap, I guess. Jenny, why are they all like in order right now on track? Jenny, not improving. Stein is Stein. And the field spread over 14 cars is 1.4 seconds right now. There's multiple people in the 0.5. Christian, Herzog and Hartmann. So Hartmann has something to fight for. Just 1/10 and he can take 2 positions in one go. He can get 6 tenths, he can actually take pole position. So Cosmo is actually finished behind him. Jelinek is in the pits already. Stein is rolling obviously still. And so is Fabich, which is also like a few cars that are relatively close together with Cosmo, Jelinek, Stein and Fabich all separated by about just over 10 fossil. So yeah, that's interesting. These two can actually see each other. Hey, ironic. So I'm just gonna watch Hartmann. From his perspective, oh, that Fabich was quite some sideways there. Did he despawn? Guess he returned to the pit lane. Yeah, I guess he drove onto the pit lane there. So it's just Stein. Can Stein improve? Yes, he can improve, but not enough. He stays 8th. Well then. I mean, actually, I'm 7th in class, not 6th. So I did actually drop a row because Runzendal got by me. No penalties for any of the GT4 drivers? Well, that's a surprise. Which of penalties applied for GT3 drivers? Keufel has again another 15-second penalty. Man, the guy doesn't catch a break. Man. Right. Yeah. 80 liters, apply tire pressures. I think we're ready already. We just like everything is done at this point. Also, there are 2 K-team drivers. There's Austin in the back of the field. But how many Caymans there are? There's Supanik, there's Majcek. There is McDonald's. No, McDonald's and what the hell are we talking about? Taco, Snyder. Fuchs, Grundhofer, Beswick and Weber. Well, the most Caymans are on the back of the field because they're probably relatively slow drivers and they just picked the fastest car. Even though it doesn't make too much difference for them. Except, I mean, if they can drive it better than the other cars, then it's a great choice. Cannot recommend it enough. Right. Okay then. Let's hope as the race starts, we can have no issues in the stream. Would be the first race this season that I don't have, well, any issues. And so far this evening we haven't had any issues. which means the pattern is slightly broken, which both concerns me and pleases me. Right. Bogdan is actually behind me. In the end, how did he actually qualify and go, GT4? We're actually relatively fast for Sector 1, but really fast for Sector 2. Like, genuinely, I'm one of the fastest cars for Sector 2. Sector 3, I'm slow. 4 tenths down. So that's very interesting. I'm about a tenth off pole position in Sector 1. About half a tenth in Sector 2. Even less than half a tenth. But half a tenth of the fastest time in general in Sector 2. And then Sector 3, I'm about 2-3 tenths off. Hey, how does this add up even? Oh wait, those are my fastest sectors ever. Because I didn't put them together into a lab, right? I had a slower Sector 1 and Sector 2 than that, my fastest time. But my middle sector, my fast one, is on my fastest lap. Right. Okay then, I guess we have everything set up. We're ready to go. Let's jump back to us.
30 seconds.
So, engine started.
Going single file.
And off we go.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
Definitely want to dump some heat into these tires. Maximum rear brake bars. I mean, it's gonna be interesting with turn 1, although I'm probably expecting us to be relatively clean. But I mean, it's Oulton Park, like, you can have a massive shunt with a GT4 only grid. You don't even need GT3s on it. And we're basically the equivalent of midfielders in this grid here. Rear tires are actually pretty good up to temp. Now getting faster up to pressures than the fronts. Oh, and I still forgot to sync actually.
Going double file.
Move brake bars back forwards. Better position. And I promptly overshoot my box. Not as much as McDonald, Lamar. Ronsendahl is really aggressive here on the start.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right.
Yeah, he's going to drive here.
Clear on the right.
No, I'm not going to try anything into.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
But I'm gonna go at the outside of you at the next corner. Oh, that wasn't good. Luckily I blocked him there. So carry much momentum into the next corner. He's starting with the inside there.
Clear on the left.
Oh fuck, he was still there.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Ooh, he's still there. Getting quite feisty there. Both of us. Oh fuck. I need to break away from him. Missing my braking marker is not gonna help there in this case.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Fuck. Luckily he didn't run this corner particularly fast. Yeah, because he's waiting for this straightaway. Fortunately for him, he doesn't have down too much drive over me. So a bit more drive here. But he's still close. And there was some wheel spin, I hit the rev limiter. He seems to not be that good on the brakes. Or he just doesn't want to dive bomb me to oblivion. Which, I guess fair enough. Still, he is quite close to my gearbox and I don't like this. He just doesn't lose time for that. Oh, come on! Fucking broken ass pedals, come on. You have one job and work. Oh, come on! Two downshifts that didn't grab. Oh, come on! Why now? I mean, we're still halfway keeping pace with the car in front, which is at least something. Although I haven't needed to drive that defensive. He seems relatively content following me right now. Or well, doesn't have a chance really to pass. That's a bit too fast into you. Not much more momentum that I was carrying there. This is the scary part where I can pull. The grip that I can carry for some corners is what breaks that McLaren. Well, we can also full attack because we have anyway fresh tires at coming at the halfway point. Roughly when the tires start kicking their bucket. We're not out of the weather completely. Blooming mines. I'm quite significantly faster than the rest of the field right now. There's so much fight my downshift pedal here. And it's just so much downshifting on the circuit. With corners where I really need it to work. Should probably consider switching over to lever actuated. I mean, I can switch my shifter into a sequential mode. Could just drive with that instead. It seems to have formed the train from P1 backwards, which is interesting. We're actually breaking away from Blooming at this point. Runsendal seems to have picked up the pace slightly. Okay, that's a bit wide. He ended up got track limited, but not warned. Which is the important part. We can get track limits as long as we don't get warnings for them. And just as I say they've bunched up in front, it seems they've now spread out again. Or at least the leader is escaping from this pack. And yeah, Runsendal really has picked up the pace. It's like... starting to really match me at this point. I'm making it difficult to run him down and pass him. Probably staying fourth might actually make sense for that corner. What game is this? Assetto Corsa Competizione. Or for short, ACC. Might not recognize this a bit because, well, nobody besides me drives this car. The Maserati MC4. I guess it does not have traction control, it does not have ABS. But it's still, at least in my hands, fast enough to challenge for the front rolling speeds. So yeah. And right now, this is not too easy, because the guy in front of me has seemingly slightly picked up pace, which makes running him down a bit difficult. It's more like the gap is stable. We do have one mandatory pit stop in the middle. Coming up eventually. And the pit window is still a few minutes away. But we can serve it. For that, but we'll probably see the GT3 runners come through here. Yeah, the Alpine in front of us made a slight mistake on the previous corner. I don't think we'll be able to really challenge him to the next corner. Yeah, he needs the apex still. And while I was at the start able to pass someone around the outside of this corner, I don't think you can usually do that. Oh! Carnage!
Clear on the right.
Well, that's me up to P3. Because, well, that was the battle for P2. 3 cars taking each other out suddenly. Didn't quite see what happened there for Everson to also stop fully. Maybe he had slight contact with the others and wanted to respect them. Maybe he just wanted to respect them anyway. Sector 3 is my weakest. Because if we got by the other guys is like very understandable, but like, because they were facing the wrong way in the grass. Also, I am noticing that Maffa is missing. Well, it took me long to notice that. He's usually the second Maserati guy, but he seemingly has missed the race today. Unfortunate. Big miss there, and that's a bit of time lost. Man, the leader is lapping 43.2s right now. Granted, I'm actually lapping nearly as fast as him. Okay, that's probably... Track limits. Not a warning. You can live with invalidated laps. The Alpines are not particularly fast through this high-speed corner here. And you really trust me not to be able to dive bomb you. Man, this is the first puncture I've had in like years at this point. Also, my front left has the same pressure as the rear left. And they're both under pressured. I don't know, probably I've punctured both of them. I mean, we don't have that far from the pit stop, so... just keep trucking at this point. I was very close there, so all of a sudden out of that corner. Some weird race leaders. Ah, there. I'm like, where are the race leaders? They're finally starting to appear behind us. That wasn't a suboptimal line from him. I'm not sure if I'm able to like attack him through the high-speed corner here. Because my brakes aren't good enough. But he is struggling. Start pluming behind and then roving behind him.
Car on the left.
And he took a bit too much curb there.
Faster car coming up behind. Watch out. Clear on the left.
And we're by. That's Bullwinkle coming by.
Faster car coming
So
up
he must have stolen the lead from the Toot.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Faster cars approaching. Watch out.
Okay, that's a bit sideways into turn one.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Thing is, as long as he's very close behind me, he can easily jump me in the pit stop. Or when I make a mistake. It's really funny, like my front right is actually overpressured. My left side tire's under.
Faster car coming up behind you. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Could have lifted slightly earlier than that. Let's let him a bit easier by.
Faster car is approaching.
Also, Ronsendale seems to be losing quite a bit of time with the traffic. Very positive for me. Come on, Audi. Are you blind or something? Like, I clearly gave you a blinder. Fine. Oh yeah, right. Like, you can't know if I turn in there. Because it's a normal racing line.
Car on the left.
I would have had to indicate on you.
Clear on the left.
To signalize you that, yeah, I know what you're doing.
Faster car approaching. Watching it.
Do you want to pass me or not?
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Faster car behind you.
That was not a particularly good run for the high-speed corner.
Clear on the right.
There goes the boat driver. Next GT3 also behind us already.
Faster car is approaching. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
There's another Audi.
Faster car is approaching.
And there's Käufer. Please don't drive through me!
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Pressure loss on the left front.
Ah, thank you for realizing this. That both tires have same tire pressures, are probably both punctured. Luckily it seems the handling doesn't like quite handle like having two low pressure rears, because two low pressure rear tires are not fun at all to drive on. Yeah, I think we're losing a bit of time for this high speed corner here. Keeps like pulling away, I guess. Blowing out up massively, like I'm matching him basically. Oh, what? I think the low pressure tires are causing that. That's not quite how this is supposed to work. How long do I have till finally the pit stop comes?
NVMe is open.
There it is. Should have switched sides.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Because this is awkward to approach from this side.
Faster car is approaching. Watch out.
Should I hit the pit lane immediately? Come on by, come on by.
Clear on the right.
of traffic. Or should I hit another lap? Okay, he's out still, so let's go another lap.
Falling behind the car in front in sector 2.
Actually, he gapped me quite a bit this lap. Right. At the end of the stint here now, the tires are quite much lower than beginning because my right side were quite high pressure at the beginning of the stint.
Faster car coming up behind you.
Definitely saw them at like quite high values at times. No, come on, bye.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Faster car behind you. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh, there's some small repairs on. Oh fuck, I'm way too far. No! Can't take ages off my time. Fuck. That's not good for me. Although I did have a decent gap behind, so it should help me. Pinning slightly before the halfway point.
Mandatory stop. Start clear. Let's go. Go, go. Low tire pressure. Stay away from curbs. Faster car coming up behind. Watch out.
Some GT3 drops, so I've already done the pit stop, so
Car on the
right
left.
back behind me.
On the left. Faster car behind you.
Trying slightly avoiding the curbs on the first lap, but it's like difficult.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. We are at the halfway mark. Still a long way to go.
Instead of being constantly bombarded by GT3, this isn't too bad.
There's a car in pit lane.
Oh, there he is. Here's actually the guy. Ah, he just about beat me out of the pits due to my mistake. You sneaky bugger.
Car on the right.
Just about regained that position. And that gives you the idea. Because he was multiple seconds behind me. And I just slightly overshot my pit box. It wasn't even like that long of a reset time. Man, that was just enough. Took us from the position. But I just about was able to regain it. Didn't have the fastest exit out of there, and that was just about enough to make a meaningful overlap there. The person is behind me. Okay. The tires are still not up to pressure fully. At least the fronts aren't. The rears are more or less. The fronts are taking their time. Chopper is also now in the pits. Pit window open. Yeah, right, he has to pit this lap because the window closes in about 50 seconds. The race leader hasn't pitted yet. I guess, yeah, he probably has enough time to get to the pit lane right now. I mean, it's getting close, I would say. Yeah, he'd still make it. About 20 seconds to spare. Pit lane. That's calling it tight. I don't think I've made really any inroads on him, considering I nearly got passed by someone due to my pit stop. Oh, that's a bit fast. Yeah, he's out now. But 10 seconds up the road, Jesus. Goodness gracious. Oh, come on. Understick a law there. Yeah, that guy is just not to be beaten today. Way too fast. There he is. The blue Porsche. Vincent is keeping up with me. Once he got his tires up to pressure, he seems to now be flying again. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that I have heard of a driver of a... what's it called? Alpine. Don't ask me why I forgot the name of the car. It's tormenting me, literally. The driver of that car has issues with its tire wear.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Is there someone in the pit lane? Because it looks like it.
Faster car approaching. Watch out.
There goes the M6.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Run, run.
Faster car is approaching.
Okay.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Fair play there. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going faster than actually the last stint. I'm basically matching myself. Yeah, he's actually pushing. Seems I'm having pressure loss again on my left side tires. Yeah, they're already down quite a bit. That's fun. I don't know why. I've driven this specific setup now a few times. Driven this track so many times.
Clear on the right.
I've never had issues. But today, with these pressures, with these conditions, it just starts puncturing suddenly. And that's fun. quite like this. The Alpine is closing quite a lot in. He seems to be going faster in this stint than the previous one. And I'm looking at another puncture here. That's not great.
Faster cars approaching.
The only advantage seems that he's slowed down more than me with traffic. Traffic is just his Achilles heel.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Stein had to pass me now twice into this section. Despite even lifting, I still gained a healthy dose of time on the car behind. Lost on the car in front also, but like... Give it up on that Porsche driver, he's just too quick.
Faster cars approaching.
Oh, you don't want to pass up here. See. So, here you go.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Gaining on the driver ahead is sector 3. There's a slow car ahead.
That's one of the back mods that caused that one. Even though Bloom seems to be quite a hard battle.
Yellow flag ahead. Charging float.
Seems that was a mistake from Stein. This is running in P4. Okay, two cars, two back markers there. Horror and Austin. That's the KTM driver, the other one is a Aston driver. Oh, that's a bit too fast into turn one. And there comes the Alpine. He literally in 2 corners closed in like massive amounts of ground there. I'm hoping he's gonna drop some tire. Suffer some tire drop off before the end, because finishing with him in my gearbox is not gonna be that fun. Goodness, that those two will end up now battling for position in front. Now horse seems to be quite a lot quicker than the other guy, but that doesn't mean anything. We have some GT3s also coming by behind. This is making the situation quite spicy. Alright. And Carful from behind.
Car on the right. Faster car behind you. Clear on the right.
I lost out again.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
I need to find a way around the Alpine. Not Alpine, sorry, KTM crossbar.
Car on the left.
Fought me till the fucking last inch there, Jesus guy. Come on. Absolutely unnecessary stuff. No lift, absolutely none from that guy up the hill to make it easier to pass.
Faster car is approaching. Watch out.
GT3.
Car on the left.
You passed me really well here.
Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Don't even think about it. Lift off, drop behinds. Made the move, you're not supposed to come back on it,
Faster car is approaching.
because it's a defensive maneuver then.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Faster car approaching. Watch out.
Seem to have lost a lot of time there with the traffic. It's good for me.
Car heading sector 1. Clear on the right. Faster car coming up behind. Watch out.
Man, we have a real wall of traffic coming from behind the GT3s.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
There's a tight battle, it seems, but oh, that tight battle seems to have resolved itself because one of the drivers dropped back massively. Must have been contact because there were two GT3s right on top of each other, and now there's only one. So there must have been contact between the boat and the BMW. So Ransom does us finally by the traffic.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
It's a bit wide. Oh, well, it's your problem, not mine. Fabic now also coming up. Quite a lot of oversteer there. Move the brake pass forward.
Faster cars approaching.
Oh, bye. Oh no, you don't. Okay.
Car on the
Coming
right.
by, coming by.
Clear on the right.
Ooh, that was close. Well, it could have been Fabic. Both of them seem to be around the same livery as each other. They had to pass me pass me up the hill here. I guess maybe one of each, maybe. Would be funny. There must have been like some shake-up in terms of position behind because there's no Cayman in the next guy in P4. What happened there? Nikechi is actually up to P5 in class. With Lumen and Iversen back to P6 and 7, so they're quite a bit back, but like I guess what happened is that they took each other out. Something like those lads. Not really great, really Iversen's evening. I guess he had it coming, he picked the KTM, that thing is cursed. No one shall have any success with this damn thing. It's only KTMs, but even then you get KTMs still. Holding, outside coming by again. Have more than enough fuel till the end. Alpine is 3 seconds behind. I wouldn't call that quite safe, but pretty stable.
Faster car coming up behind you.
That's too fast.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Chris Baldwinkel.
Cars approaching. Watch out.
Now remaining Herzog. How many laps do we have actually remaining?
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I guess 2 laps more after this one. The tires seem to be dropping off now. Not good, but the Alpine seems to not make too many inroads. Although he is not dead yet. His tire seems still alive. Still 2 laps to go. Second off the pace now. Just need to hold on for a bit longer. Come on, go.
Faster car coming up behind. Watch out. Car on the right.
4.
Clear on the right. Right, man. Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
I think the GT4 leader will be ending up on the same lap as us. The 2 actually in the pits. Yeah, he seems to have not had a good race here. There seems to be a slight curse on the GT3 pole setters. He had not a good race up until that point already. He must have like crashed early on. Return to the pits, repair the car, sit and finish. It did not finish really, actually. Definitely gonna need to look at what happened with that collision and rewatch that start.
Leader has finished the race.
Yep, class leader is also now finished. I'm definitely can say satisfied with P2. It would have been cool to sneak a win here, but the other guy was just way too quick. Good job from you too. Yeah. Yeah, definitely a success I can say. That pleased me, as you can say you enjoyed this. I mean, we had some nice action at times. Well, it wasn't too hard burning, I could say. the dude just writes F. Yeah, I think that sums his race pretty well up. Okay, that's a bit too fast right now. Alright then. So yeah, Sabrent was just way too quick, 16 seconds in the end in front. First stint I could sort of go with him still, but like seconds and he was just gone. Winston Dahl pulled a pretty good drive there off as well. It's just, he was a bit slow in the first stint, so I was able to attack him there. And second stint he was quicker, but well, the problem was that I had passed him on the pit stop. Which meant I had quite a bit of an advantage there. So yeah. But yeah, Maserati P2. That's a pretty good performance. Let's just check briefly the tire sets out. How much abuse did they get? Hello, I wanted to check the tire sets out. Could you count it out? So lights, flat spotting on the front right for the first stint. Light graining on the rear tires for the first stint. Set 6 has some light graining on the rear right. Otherwise, both sets relatively evenly worn. Nothing else of the ordinary, I would say. Right. Oop. Okay. Well then we need to check your replay. We need to go into backwards. So right. The other race I want to actually run. Well, the server started an hour ago for that thing, and qualifying started 20 minutes ago, and the race itself started 10. So go figure. That ain't working out. Right, let's play back that replay, shall we? Let's see. Let's see a start here. Also, I'm gonna look what happens to is Mercedes even on pole? I think it is. It's just not render. I think it's a problem. Right. So Bloom didn't get the best start here, but and Runsendal got a really good start in comparison. He goes defensive on the inside here, and I'm just like, well, I'm gonna look at the outside then. He has the advantage here. And carrying around the outside a bit more speed, he makes the switch stick. I'm really like backing out a bit before that. But he is now a bit slower for here. And through the cascading effect, I'm able to really dive wider on the outside. In the usual conditions, I would have not been able to actually get ahead of him. Because you could see how much he closed in there, mid-corner. Basically, I'm able to just pass 2 cars nearly there. Except that how much of ground you lose from the outside line there allows him to come back there. Right. Then I mess up this corner here. I eat too much curb. And he's right back on me with a run. Although I think he lost the run when for the crossover there. He's still there. I'm giving him room. Ooh, and then I clip him slightly because I think he also got a bump there. And I'm trying to like close the door here, but it's like I guess that actually was, I think that was sort of fair game still. He didn't have an overlap there when I moved, which is at least something. Although it did force my maneuver him to lift off again. Yeah, I misjudged him actually being alongside still here. I thought he wasn't anymore. And that was just slightly wrong. And that unsettled me slightly, and that's what led him to punt me slightly. He slows down to not, well, spin me fully out or get an advantage, and then he gets punted from behind. Does the Alpine at least survive this? I hope so. Although he loses a position out of this entire kerfuffle. So it's not the third that lost, in this case the fourth, because the third actually lost out. Everybody else kept the same. Yeah, I guess that's fine-ish. He lifts off here because I basically blocked him. But I wanted to take the inside line, it's just I misjudged him actually being alongside. I wasn't quite sure, and it's like it's a bit ugly. He's not quite there. It seems the McLaren is not quite able to outbrake a Maserati. Yeah, he was cautious there on the brakes. Allowed me to carry some speed around the outside. Damage the compression here. That was my fastest run, I think, through there. It was quite quick there. Jesus, how much he closes in on me for the chicane there. Before I pick up my pace. Right, we want to also find out what happened to the GT3 leader, or pole sitter. He is the toot. Oh, don't tell me he actually got disconnected. It's looking at that graph here. It looks very plausible. Oh god. Ooh. Guys, what the hell was that? I think that's Fuchs in the GT4 in front. And he's like, he moves alongside to pass, and it's like it's Bullwinkle, you nearly wrecked your teammate. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, that's something. They both got some grid finder cars. Like, that was luck that didn't end up badly. And there it goes wrong. Yeah, he he runs wide, gets understeer and then also an oversteer. So he's on the grass here and then just loses it on the bounces, and it's just got lost. into the wall. Suspension badly damaged, he immediately tows. Which means he loses so much ground there. Skips the chicane there. Oh, he's damaged again? What must have happened on this lap? This is his pits, his mandatory pits. Oh. Yeah, the MUQU didn't do him well. Oh, ouch. Oh. He tried to thread the needle, but it wasn't quite enough. And then he just skips the chicanes. Boom. He comes out of the pits here. After lengthy repairs. And then... yeah, I guess so. But he does drive the car relatively regularly. I mean, it's also not too surprising, like, decent qualifying performance and the car's absolute shit in the race. Ask me about Monza. Well, he just rolls into the pits and calls it a day, I guess. Because the car looks fine at this point, he just comes in. It's lap 25 for him. Well, I guess he might have had a track limit penalty here. Yeah, he serves a penalty. God, what luck does this guy have? Like, yeah, he serves his penalty and just pulls over. That explains that. Right. How did the start actually look from the front? Immediately these two start touching each other. Like, damn guys, could you like keep your wheels to yourself? Stop sexually harassing each other. It's okay. There's Maserati. So, right. A few things to look at. Oh yeah, right, we wanna figure out what happened with this accident. Actually, is this the pole sitter actually in GT4? No, the pole sitter is I think the recent winner in the end as well. Yeah, so panic. He was the pole sitter, but I guess he lost out here in the start. Yeah. Due to a daring move around the outside there. Yeah, and then he gets also a wiggle. His Iverson up to P4. Oh, I think he needs start P4. Keeps the position. So behind him is our Alpine friend. So then this makes up the front group, right? I think yeah, for the first few laps don't really change much. I think at some points as the panic gets by this guy, yeah, okay, we found what happens. He ran wide for the high-speed corner. Not the most surprising one, that hasn't ever happened. Yeah, he just drove too fast in there. Even drops the wheel onto the grass, but just about holds on. But he does lose 2 positions there. And there goes the McLaren. carrying goods below. Trying to fight the Porsche in front. But then there was a bit too much oversteer, and now probably the other Porsche is coming back. Although he did give up defending here. And the Cayman's just so small in comparison to most cars. I mean, they aren't even the smallest, like the Alpines are very small. This thing is, I mean, this thing is very flat, but like wider than the Caymans. The Caymans are very narrow and fairly flat. Although, I mean, this is flatter as well. And obviously this thing, this is like absolute massive chonker of a Maserati here. And here's the tiny Alpine. This is like the genuine big chonker. Big chunkers. So. You know which lap it happens on. And you didn't pass each other, so let's just cut to the action, I would say. Let's see what happens with Ryzen. How does he get involved? How does he get involved? We have to see. Pretty sure there should be. Oh, actually, that is this. It's like, what the hell? Why is there such a massive gap in the GT4 suddenly? We're only on lap 8. Is maybe all GT4s fit into the previous area? Probably not. Oh, and that's what happens. And then he basically stalls out. So Krejci gets it all wrong over the curbs there. Yeah, he gets his car unsettled. Is in an unsettled state. The Porsche tries to avoid it. But unfortunately, as he brakes, he gets hit from behind. I mean, it could have been that he also would have hit him anyway, but like, the KTM very much made sure that both of these went off. And he does head by the accident side. So I guess Ryzen did carry on. I guess he probably got KTM'd in that moment and stalled nearly out. He's in second gear here. Hits them. Yeah, and he comes basically to... Yeah, you can't pull away really in second gear. I think he is running automatic clutch, otherwise he would have stalled it for sure there. Like, you can't tell me that you're pulling a KTM away in second gear at 20k. You stall that thing in first gear still at that speed. If you're not careful. The Crossbow has such long gear ratios for the such a long jump up from first gear. The first gear is actually usable in a lot of corners. And because the thing has barely any torque in the engine, it has such a heavy clutch, you easily just stall the damn thing out. So I'm very surprised, like, he didn't stall, but as I say, I'm assuming he's probably running auto clutch to precisely avoid that happening. But you have a few things more, I guess, to look at. Just me passing him. Which happens here. He gets unsettled here over the curb. Despite me getting followed sideways, I could carry momentum alongside him, and it just ends up being that he isn't able to quite fight me there. I'm able to secure the pass. spawn one to actually buy. We have here the pit entry and the pit stop briefly. So me in pit lane, blinkety blinky blink blink. And I completely yeah, I should have pressed the brake down fully. When I lifted off the brake again, that cost me time. You can see the time lost there. Yeah, I mean, you can see how far he was back, like, basically an entire straightaway. He was so far back in comparison to me. Okay, so he completely nailed the pit entry there. Just a standstill. And he gets rolling here. There was Everson standing, and there he goes. He's sideways on his pit exit. He's driving as hard as he can because I'm right behind him here. Like, how does this look from the onboard out of pits? Oh yeah, right. You don't have actually functional mirrors on the on this car, except you can sort of see me till I decide to disappear behind them. Like, you can't see shit. Like, you have to guess that I'm behind him till I'm alongside him. It's like, as long as I'm following him, I'm basically invisible. And there I come. Oh, I had barely any overlap there. I was just able to wrench my way by him. Yeah, this wasn't particularly well thought through by you. Because you should have hugged the inside and let the GT3 go around the outside of that long corner. Not like it made too much of a difference. Yeah, I mean, because he's on his out lap and I'm on my second lap, I'm significantly quicker at that point. It's Blumen versus Everson. Ah, there it is. So this is how it gets Blumen by. Everson got a bit of a bounce over the curb. Not too surprising considering it's a very stiff car. Actually considering, like, this was probably the smartest decision of a car to bring to this circuit from Everson. Because it might be decently quick. But this track has so many fucking bumps and the KTM is like the worst GT4 on bumps. It really hates them. It just cannot cope with bumps. Because it's stiff and built for aero. So yeah, this is one of the worst tracks. From a handling perspective for the KTM. Although the BOP seems to be halfway favorable to the car. Something might happen this lap because this lap seems to be a bit longer than the others. Yeah. Still behind me at this point. Yeah, GT3 comes by. Bit tight there. Okay, Blumen goes a bit wide because he wanted to compensate for GT3, and this gives the opportunity to Everson, but Blumen is trying to come back. Nope, not quite. Everson has the position. Cuts quite aggressively the chicane. Now Blumen right now comes by, I think Lichten is that? Oh god, I'm feeling the pain for this one. Oh, the idea was there, it's just... the execution, we have to work on that. It's like he just turned to the left and... like, why? It's like that is... it's the funny part, like he just... I guess the car maybe moved on the braking by itself. I mean, not the worst thing anybody has ever... Yeah, the car's... Nah, I think he's trying to avoid hitting the GT3 here. That's why he moved left. Well, that was just the wrong answer because inversion is there. You can't move to the left because there's an inversion. It just doesn't work. You would have had to move right or just go for the hit on the GT3. I'll just follow the GT3 because I don't think you would have hit him. Yeah, you would have been fine if you just turned to the apex. You turned the other direction. That was just a KTM crossbow into the wall. Not again, actually, the first time in this race. That is pain and misery. Right, you did wait for him, but it's like... that's still painful. Okay, so... which allowed, I think Magic or whatever his name is. What is your name? Mason. Why do you guys have such complicated names? The Grey Porsche driver. Okay, you get that name. Instead. Right. He cycled up to P3 because of this, and... well, we have Krejci up to P4. Everson is P5 now, and Bloom in P6. Actually, I think they lose another position before this. Yeah, they'll do there. We should check. No, this is how you actually finish. No further positions lost. Right, I think that satisfies our curiosity about this battle. I think at this point. So. Let's watch me doing the lapping on this guy. Man, I feel more sorry for the block that I pulled on you. That wasn't quite intentional, like, no harm done there. Let me just briefly look at this lapping here. Yeah, that was why I was... that was just way too close to something, yeah. Like this guy... yeah, he didn't even lift when he hit the curb there. Like, you don't need to hit the curb to actually go side by side through there. Considering how many GT3s I had this race going through there. I mean, there's a reason why you get lapped in the race. It's because you lack a bit of experience. That's all fine. It's all gonna come there in due time. Alright, I can look at the start again. Because yeah, I had no clue you were alongside still at this point. And I'm just like, hey, slight bump there on... then I turned left and then the boop as you to straighten me back out. And there I wasn't. Yeah, he did not make it easy. Yeah, I mean, I could look at that as well. Alright, what lap was it again when I lapped them? Ah, here, alright. Yeah, he could have made it a bit easier. Definitely. Even if you're driving at the back, there's maybe not. You don't have to jump out of the way of people, but like. And the guys alongside you maybe should take notice of it and maybe lift slightly out. Yeah, I mean, you're alongside there and he's just like, yep, I'm braking completely normally and I'm just gonna You only passed him because he ran off the road then afterwards. But yeah, that's blue flags. You should just lift at this point and let by because the other car's alongside. Yeah, that shouldn't happen, but like, he didn't KTM'd himself off the road, so... Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, well, it's... I was gonna ask you if you were fine with my driving it there early on in the first lap. I think I got a bit aggressive there. And I think that was a very fair exchange between us two. A bit bumpy. But fair enough, I suppose. Hard and fair exchange. Right. We could look at the start again. I'm still amazed that pass around the outside of you worked. Just everybody braked so early there, so I was able to go so deep there. Because God, how much ground you made up on me on the inside there. Yeah, I suppose. Right. I have to mention something that, do you guys have issues with tire punctures? Because I got like 4 this race. Well, I guess I didn't get really tire punctures in the second stint. But they were definitely down on pressure quite a bit on my left side. But first stint, both left side tires got punctured. I don't know why. I've done... yeah, especially with a Maserati that doesn't stop. But I was so fast through that kink that it was like, that stuff carried me. Like the... It's like... Even though I missed here the apex, I just about stayed in front. Right. I think I looked enough at the replay. Yeah, I got those, okay. Fair enough, it wasn't only me, because, I mean, this is the 3rd race in, like, as many weeks, I think, on this track with this car, and it's, like, the first time I've had punctures, but it was also the first race I had in daylight. I've done 2.4 hours on here, I've done 45 minutes on here, and I've done now under 1 hour. And I've done a business track, man. Even though I had, honestly, relatively good results with a 3rd place, a 5th place, and a 2nd place here today. I think I'm definitely... One PSI low is like... Yeah, I went like... how much low? I think mine got like on the left side down to like 25.8 or so before I pitted. That's why I pitted relatively early. And then also missed my pit box slightly. Which wasn't particularly great, however, I was lucky with repassing you. God damn it, that was so tight. That was lucky that I was able to get back by you. I underestimated how much slower I was on the outlap there. plus my missed pit box was just like enough for you to cycle back by. That was when you came out in front of me, that was scary because I was like, oh no. And I guess it's like because the Maserati does like, for example, was it Barcelona? I got passed by Iversen in the 4-hour race by him pitting a lap early to get fresh tires. Like that was enough of an advantage to pass someone. And here it seemed today that it was just like you took too long to get the tires up to pressure. That cost you time, so you can't really do an undercut. So undercut was basically prevented here today. So yeah, GT4 discussion. Yeah. Yeah, I got quite well away with the traffic. Traffic was quite nice today. I mean, I also drove PLR last week, so... and the admits are running rampant there because the GT3s can't deal with traffic. So yeah, this can't be bad. No one really did anything wrong, and also... I know my way and not losing too much time. So yeah, right. Okay then, I think it's time to call it a night. Gonna be driving some... what is it actually I'm gonna drive tomorrow in Racing Club? What is it? What is it? Race info? Wait, what is it? BMW M330s at Branch Hatch Indy. Yeah, that's a lot of fun. I'll be there. Bye bye.